says, I get along with him fine. I haven't in 6 months since we went to that other guy. I didn't criticize him. She says, you haven't looked at him in 6 months. You think he doesn't know that you avoid him? You think they don't know that your arm is not around them? And I'm proud. You have to be proud of this kid. How? Same way you're proud of every kid with physical illness. Even though they're not davening and they're not learning, and they could be cursing you out sometimes, and they're in a lot of pain. But if it's physical illness, your pride is there with them. My baby, my boy, my boy. The Nesiv Shalom, Schus Yagan Aleinu, says there's a mashal brought down to a king that had 2 kids. One was a chacham. This prince has a province, and they're rich over there, and they're thriving. He's making peace treaties with different countries. There's import, exports going on. Everything's great. This prince is unbelievable. He comes into his father and he says, okay, I'm leaving. It was a great vacation with you. I need 100 billion rubles, whatever. And the father, sure, open up the vault. My son, my beloved, the eyes, nachas pouring out of the eyes for that. 100 nachas wall, eyes are shooting out nachas. He says, but then there's also a troubled kid. And the troubled kid can't. His province, the father keeps on having to bail him out, to do a bailout. They keep on going bankrupt. He keeps on messing up with the peace with the neighboring provinces. And he's slow, he's a lo yitzlach. He's not matzliach. Says in the Nesiv Shalom, but when that kid comes in and he says, Dad, I need 100 billion ruble because I'm at war with the people. I want to appease them. I got poor people, and he's a lo yitzlach. It also awakens rachamim in the father. A different rachamim. Not, I'm so proud of you. Please take all my money. You're amazing. But I got to help this kid because if I don't help him, he'll never make it on his own. When we come to Yom Kippur, we come to Rosh Hashanah, we come to Yom Kippur, tzaddikim, they give Hashem so much nachas. What do we give Hashem? I wasn't the only guy in shul going like this. To the guy next to me, right? He was crying al chet, a half an hour each al chet. He was crying so bad, I started to get jealous of what sins he did last year. We're not perfect, and we're not like our grandparents. We're not like our great-grandparents. Why do we think that? Like, we are now the standard, Hashem has to accept us. And we have to accept our kids and see that if we're not going to help them, they can't make it on their own. And all of you have stories already when you baked in the love and you made them feel that I admire you and I'm proud to be your dad. That's the medicine. And you have to mean it. And you have to daven to Hashem, help me mean it, and speak to all the black belts that will help you get there. But do it. Do. Don't send your wife shopping. A guy who sends his secretary to buy an anniversary gift for his wife, not a skula for arichas yomim. You got to go shopping, equal mom and dad. You got to write. The mother writes a whole 3-page letter. Dad writes, me too. No. Equal writing from dad. No, but I don't know how to share. Learn how to share to save your kid's life. And when you do it and you give up for your kid, the shayrish of ahava is have. You give time, money, and energy. You will feel it be'ezus Hashem. And we have to become himmeldik. We got to get out of it. It's true, it's embarrassing. I tell you, when you have a kid who's embarrassing you, don't look over your shoulder. You're going to do it for 10 years, looking over your shoulder. We had a father before coming to me that told the son, who he picked up from rehab after he tried to kill himself in an overdose. The kid came back from rehab. He pulled to his nice neighborhood, told the kid, do me a favor, put the hoodie over your head and run inside. Nobody should see you. There was another kid that somebody saw the father with the kid, not TP, and the father said, he came to paint my house. The exact opposite of what, because even a healthy kid who thinks, a top kid who feels that my parents think I'm a letdown, is going to end up messed up in 1,000 ways. Going to end up in therapy your whole life. Like the story of those 3 old ladies. 3 old ladies in therapy, not in therapy. 3 old ladies, 95 years old, and one of them says, my son is the best son in the whole world. For my birthday, he got me a car. Wow, unbelievable. The other one says, my son is even better. For my birthday, you know what he did? He got me a helicopter. I can fly back and forth. He's amazing. The other one says, my son loves me more than both of your kids. My son told me every week he goes 4 times a week to therapy, and all he talks about is me. Takes a lifetime to get out of the trauma that my parents aren't proud to be my parents. Puppies are loved by their fathers and mothers, and animals have parents who love them, and our kids should feel and need to feel, and you got to work on yourself until you can see the pneumius, and to mean it. So I told the parents, don't look over your shoulder, because once everybody knows it's your kid, we had a parent that did a chasen in Eretz Yisrael. And they danced all Hasidim, 500 Hasidim around, and in the middle it looks like the father's dancing with one of the waiters. It was his son. But once you do that, by the way, it's not 1986 anymore. Now all the smart people, not to be smart, most people will say, Azai Dafmantin. People are sick and tired of hearing about another 20-year-old who had a heart attack, because they know it's not really a heart attack. We're sick and tired of losing Jews. People say, no, that's gevura. So my advice is, right, you go outside with your son without a yarmulke and the way he looks, or a girl without. I said, they're not really natznias. They're just a baki in hilchas sukkah. Loif lavud, doif and akuma, good achis, good asik. Walk around the block 3 times and say, Zeh kaparasi, Zeh tumurasi, Zeh chalifasi. You walk around and you say, yep, this is mine, this is mine, this is what Hashem gave me. You never have to worry about your neighbors, you never have to worry about anybody talking about you, you just go outside, this is what it is. And daven and do the 5 T's, Torah, Tefillah, Tshuva, Tzedakah, TP. The Eibush Zal help in that we'll see Yiddish and Achas from all of your offspring.